I saw this. I do want to talk about, obviously, TNA coming back and Hard to Kill. There's a lot to talk about. But I saw you posted this, I think it was yesterday. Your husband what knows not to take you out on a date before 4 p.m. So what does that date look like?
So I don't know if you know this or not, but you can actually ask for the dinner menu like at most places, even though they have a lunch menu.
Mhm.
So I prefer to go and get like dinner basically around lunchtime, and then go get dessert somewhere. I really like
Mm,
to go to like we have a Ben and Jerry's here in Atlanta, so that's one of my
mm,
favorite places to go to. And then basically we have 5 dogs, so I don't like to leave them alone for too long.
yeah.
So my ideal date is just lunch slash dinner before 4 p.m., go get dessert, come home, and just be with the dogs the rest of the night. Like, that's just ideal for me.
I think one of the last times we talked, you had less than 5, right? I think
I think so, probably.
a couple of them are, one or two of them are new.
Oh, how many did I have last time we talked?
I want to say 3 or 4. I don't know.
Yeah.
Everybody keeps getting a dog. Like,
Yeah. So we have the last dog we got actually just showed up because my husband had ordered Uber Eats. And I guess
okay.
it was just like a dog that had been dumped in the neighborhood or a stray. But we opened the door and this dog was just like in the Uber Eats bag. And we were like, oh, yeah, we're going to get him and rehome him. We have too many dogs, but
Yeah,
he ended up staying.
that's a hell of a story. I'm trying to think of a good pun, but I'm not coming up with anything. I don't know. What a delivery. There you go.
That's a
So
good one.
all right, I tried. Hard to Kill's coming up. You called your shot. TNA's coming back. You're obviously in the history books for a few different reasons. First Queen of the Mountain winner, first female call your shot, Gauntlet Battle Royal winner. That's how you got the Hard to Kill title shot. Digital media champion, first Knockouts Triple Crown winner. Those are a few of them. I'm sure there's more. But what's the next first on your list?
So in this new era, I want to be I want to be the face of TNA. I want to be the I guess in this era, the first face of the women's division in this new TNA. That's what I want to be. And I think that that's obviously there has been, TNA world knockout champs in the past, but this is just I'll be the first in this era. And I think it's a really important era.
I would agree. A lot of great talent. You have the name coming back. You have to sort of reestablish what TNA is, what it was. I think the you might agree the constant was the knockout name has always been there. But Trinity is new to the company. She doesn't obviously have the tenure that you do or some of the other people on the roster do. But with this match at Hard to Kill, what do you think you can bring out of her that maybe we haven't seen yet? Or vice versa? What do you think she can bring out of you that Impact fans haven't seen yet?
I don't think that Trinity has ever wrestled anybody like me before. I don't think before she came to Impact that she's ever wrestled anyone like Deanna, or Giselle or Kylan King. I don't think she's ever wrestled anybody who's basically been in the trenches and had to cut their teeth on the independent scene. I don't think she's ever really had to face someone who has that kind of grit about them. And I'm never one to discount anyone's hard work. I know she's had a completely different struggle than I have. But I do think that that edge that I have on her is that I did it for a long time. I have that grit, and I just have that extra little edge about me that I think is going to take her off guard. And I think I can bring out a little bit of that in her, a little bit of that intensity. And she's such a nice person. But I want her to kick my ass. I want her to punch me in the face as hard as she can. And this isn't WWE. I'm not going to go and run and complain to anyone if she does it. So I really want her to give me everything she has for real.
Okay. I look forward to seeing that. I think she'll take you up on the offer, but that's January. Right now, you've been working a little bit with Bully Ray. It's been a fun alliance. It's one that I don't think people expected until it actually happened. Like when you guys did the Was Up together for the first time, it was like like something just clicked, like something just worked. And obviously there's the connection with Scott Steiner, Thick Mama Pump, and Little Petey Pump, the Pump family. So there is that sort of, I don't want to say wacky, but you know, it's different from what you normally
I
do.
think that's a good word for it, to be honest.
Okay.
I think wacky's a good word for it. I definitely didn't expect it at all. He's a very strange person.
Mhm.
Like I never know what to expect out of him. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So what made this, the, you know, working with Bully Ray, or like what sort of made it work for you? What clicked where you're like, all right, we're on to something here. Like fans are going to dig this.
I'm never sure what fans are gonna dig until I'm in the ring and it actually like you feel it and you feel kind of the sparks and the chemistry and the fan reaction. I genuinely think they want to see me kick Bully Ray's ass. Like, I think that's genuinely what the fans want to see, and I want to do it. So hopefully one day you're going to see a singles match between me and Bully.
Normally it's anytime he's worked with women, it's them going through a table. We've seen Dixie Carter go through a table. It was this huge payoff. So I think maybe a little bit of a role reversal would be fun.
Yeah, I definitely think so. I would absolutely love to put Bully through a table. Like, and I think that fans would go crazy to see something like that.
Fingers crossed. We talked a lot about what sort of accolades you have. You want to be the face of the company. Seems like you have some pull. So you were in a Queen of the Mountain match. You're in the Gauntlet Battle Royal. This wouldn't be a first, but how hard are you trying to get Lockdown to come back?
You know, not as hard as you would think because that one really scares me.
Okay.
That's a really scary one for me. I did the Ultimate X, and we actually, when it was set up and it was the day of the show, we were just looking up and we were like, man, it seems so much higher than it normally does, just
Mhm.
because you're in the moment and we're just kind of like, what did we ask for here? Like, is this what we really want to do? And it came off amazing, and it was such a great thing for us to do. But lockdown would be really, really cool. I got to get over my fear of heights, I think, somehow,
Yeah.
some way.
I'm just thinking ahead. Like it's usually an April event. I think it could work. Maybe you have enough time between now and then to get used to it. You're not the first person I've asked, and I know a lot of the knockouts that I've talked to, they've been like, yeah, like I would do it.
Yeah. I mean,
I
I
kind of
think we
got
would all do it. I think we would all do it. It's just like one of those first time jitters. I think you
it.
got to get over. What I'll tell you, I have been pushing for is I obviously don't want to kill my body wrestling in a six-sided ring, every single month, but I would absolutely love for it to be like a big pay-per-view thing. Like
Okay.
Bound for Glory, one of the big pay-per-view things. I loved the six-sided ring. It was such a cool visual, and just be able to wrestle in that once a year would be a dream.
Okay. So it's kind of like a polarizing thing. Like I liked it, but you hear so much about, and this is speculation, or sometimes it's, direct comment, wrestlers talking about like the toll it takes on your body. And you kind of alluded to that, like maybe not an everyday thing, but I think there's room, for at least a one time only, or one night only, like bring it
For
back under
sure.
that, or
Just something to make that show special, I think
Mhm.
would be really good.
I have a couple more questions for you before I let you go. I talked to Deanna sometime last year, and this was before uh before you went on hiatus. You took a little bit of a break, and she talked about how she saw you as, having a healthy rivalry with each other. Like you're friends out of the ring, but once you get in the ring, you know, you bring out the best in each other. There's a different level of competition when she faces you. And obviously you had big back-to-back losses to her. So how would you explain that rivalry, and how do you rebound from, taking two losses like that to her and maybe trying to get one back up on her?
Well, I don't know if you know or not, but I have beat her since then.
Mhm.
So I think that those losses, they push you to be a better wrestler, and they push you to want that win even more. And I think when I came back, I basically during my hiatus, I'd been training to beat Deanna. That was my goal in coming back, and I think I did just that.
Should have been a little bit more clear. I meant, how do you like even the record? Not,
Oh, even the record.
you know.
That's a good question. I'm not 100% sure. I don't think it has to be a tit for tat thing, to be honest. I have, my accolades and Gianna has hers, and I don't think either one is higher or lower than the other one. She was the first ever Iron Woman. I was the first ever Queen of the Mountain. Like, which one is better? We don't know, right? They're kind of one and the same. They're both first. They're both a really big deal. So I don't think it has to be a tit for tat thing. I don't think there is an evening of the odds. I think just getting that one win back on her and proving that I can beat her, that's enough.
So at least for bragging rights, you have the last win. So
yeah, I mean,
we'll just leave it at
we
that.
wrestled what 4 times, so we got to do, I guess, a best of 5 or a best of 6, something like that.
We'll see what happens. You also have a 3-way win over her, so there's that too.
Yes, that's true too. I don't think that counts. I wouldn't count that. I would say singles only counts.
Okay. Last question. Thanksgiving's right around the corner. What are you thankful for?
Man, I'm thankful for my 5 dogs, my 2 cats, my incredible husband, my family, and being able to live my dream every day since I was 14 years old.
And we'll probably have another dog by the time we talk again.
Don't say that. Please don't. I'm knocking on wood. Don't put that evil on me. I can't afford it anymore.
I mean, the last one was a layup. It was just waiting there. So
the health insurance is more expensive than ours now.
I believe it. I absolutely believe it. All right. Before I let you get out of here, anything else you want to plug or promote that we didn't cover yet?
In Toronto, I can't remember the date. My media guy gave it to me, but it's in December. The last Impact pay-per-view of the year. That's going to be a really good one. It's in Toronto. You can look it up on impactwrestling.com and get tickets. And then January 13th, obviously, is Hard to Kill in Vegas. 14th, the next day, is Snake Eyes, and that's going to be the first TNA Impact TV tapings, which I think is really going to be cool. And both of those are going to be at the Palms in Vegas. And again, you can go to impactwrestling.com to get tickets for all 3 of those shows.
All right. And final resolution, December 9th.
Thank you.
There you go. A lot of really cool events coming up. Obviously, starting in January, it's going to be under the TNA banner. And Orlando was just announced for TV tapings too. So quite a bit coming up. And thanks for your time today. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Have a good day.